Friday. Glad you're all here, and it's wonderful to see all these red shirts. So if we could get all the red shirts up here on the dance floor, and Gail, if you'd come up forward, please.
That one don't work.
That'll work. Okay, y'all get up close and personal. Not that personal. Short people up front. All you big guys back in the back.
You're the shortest. Get up here.
See if y'all can squeeze together just a little bit more. Some of the taller guys can get up here.
Do we need our soldier up front? We do, don't we? Yeah, let's do that.
Soldier up front. Yeah. Right up front. Say cheese. French fries. Say. Six.
This way for
Six.
the monitor. Yeah. All right. Cheese. No bologna, huh? Just cheese. Just cheese. Oh, okay.
What's wrong with bologna?
All right. Thanks for everybody.
Still be trying.
One of them had to be a good one of those pictures.
Can I get your name, sir? Oh my God.
That's all the way to the table over if you need to. And at this point, I'm going to turn this program over to Sam Burgess, one of our members and a very dear friend of the Post.
Okay, can everybody hear me right there?
What's your rank?
How about right there? Okay. Red Shirt Friday. People are always asking Deb and I over the last 6 or so years why we always look like the Bobbsey twins on Fridays, because we've always worn red shirts. Our answer was real simple. That was our simple little way to show the kids in uniform, the guys and gals, that we supported them back home while they supported us overseas taking care of their business. And what we would like to do is kind of bring it home a little bit tonight and let everybody understand the importance of why those kids need to know we're with them. We've got a guy here that I'll introduce to you in just a second, but before we get to him, are there any World War II vets in the crowd? Okay, Korean War vets. I need to see the Korean War vet. He's on a walker. Okay, this will be easy. Vietnam vets and their family, their wives, and Vietnam era vets, lady. And I'll save our young troop over here for last, because I'm going to bring home the Red Shirt Friday tradition to where it'll be totally 100% understandable, and you won't have ever a problem again telling people what the Red Shirt Friday is all about. You see all these Vietnam vets coming up here, and their wives. I spent a year over there. Sid and I've talked about it many times. Sid came home wounded, 9 months in South Vietnam. Here comes one of our Korean War vets. 2 of them. Vietnam. And this young man right here is a Korean War vet. And for us members of the, he just told me, and for us members of the VFW, this is a group of guys here that were pretty much the forgotten war. Another Korean War vet coming up here. Vietnam.
Korea also.
Hey, he did them all. Somebody give him a hand. But the Vietnam vets, as Sid and I have talked about, Sid, come, let me get over here where Sid is, because I want to talk to Sid for a little bit. But Sid and I have talked about this several times over the last few months. You came home wounded as a wounded warrior, correct? When you were over in Vietnam, before you came back, I want you to tell me if you ever heard this. Bunch of baby killers. All they do is destroy property over there. Bunch of jackbooted thugs. What if you'd have known back in the United States a bunch of crazy people like us walking around wearing red shirts because we appreciate what you did? What would you have done if we'd have been at the airport waiting on you? And folks, that's why what we're all doing is so cotton-picking important. This young man right here is active duty in the Army right now. He's already had 1 tour of duty in Iraq. And your name is?
Gail Campbell.
What's the rank there?
Specialist.
Specialist. Deb and I have had two of our sons over there. Our baby child spent 3 tours in Iraq. He spent, our middle son was on his 2nd tour in Afghanistan. And I'm not going to get into that story. Y'all will have to find out from somebody else because it's still kind of hard to talk about it. It's on the website if anybody has not seen the website about it. But we're running out of room, so we changed mic. And by the way, this video we're recording is going to be on YouTube and on the Red Shirt Friday website, so we're all going to make this little Cedar Creek Lake area famous. But I can tell you right now, when Deb and I come to the VFW post here, to me it's like walking on hallowed ground. I'll be flat honest with you. Sometimes I don't feel worthy enough to be here around a bunch of these guys. Because I know this guy here was wounded and shipped back to Fort Hood, Texas. And I'm sure some of the other guys here have got Purple Hearts. This young man right here had 2 tours of duty in Vietnam, if I remember correctly. And the 2 things that these guys and gals never heard, and we're going to say it to them tonight, is, guys, we appreciate what y'all did. And more than you will ever believe. And the second thing you never heard was welcome home, hero.
Yes, sir.
God bless you. I am so thankful that we wore the same uniform. And this young man right here, there's a chance that he may get to go back over there again. And I want him to know when he goes back that this area has got his back.
You bet.
We got his back. So I know when our 2 boys were over there, it was very critical for them to know that mom and daddy, their brothers and sisters, their wife and their kids were with them. On our baby son's 3rd tour of duty, it was right in the middle of an election 2.5, 3 years ago. 1 week, you know, they would get the call home about once a month, right, on that rundown VOIP system over there. But 1 week he called us twice. And I told Deb, I said, honey, it bothers me. What's going on here? Either he's gotten hurt and he's afraid to tell us or something. 3rd time he called back on a Sunday morning and I said, Tony, what's the problem? I said, don't tell me you've gotten hurt and you're afraid to tell me and Mom. He said, Dad, I'm not hurt. He said, I just need to know one thing. He says, does everybody in America think that we're a bunch of jack-booted thugs, baby killers, like those people in Washington are saying? I said, and please forgive me for this. This is not my kind of language. It's out of character for me. But I said, Tony, hell no. Hell no. Most people in America are for you because you're the only generation that I know of that grew up in this country that volunteered. You didn't have the fear of being drafted. You wasn't drafted. You volunteered. And when our 2 boys came to us, one of them was managing a metal business. Tony was in his 1st year of college. And both of them used the same line on me: Dad, we want to do what you and Papa and Uncle Jim and Uncle Frank did. We want to do something. Both of them said exactly the same thing. And we are greatly appreciative of the fact that we had kids that heard the calling like that. And I've heard many military people. As a matter of fact, we met the one-star general up in Fort Leonard Wood when we went that memorial service up there. And he said today's military is primarily made up of descendants of other military, because it's a time-honored tradition that you want to follow in Mom and Dad's footsteps, Grandpa and Grandma's footsteps. And one of the things that we want to do is, I want to do some stories on that Red Shirt website about the World War II vets, the Korean War vets, some of the Vietnam vets. The first Vietnam vet I'm going to do is this one right here. He just didn't know it yet, but he knows it now. And I want to do something about this young man here, and I want the people that he works with to know that Cedar Creek Lake has got his back.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about it anymore. And with that, I will turn it back over to Sid. And I hope everybody understands the importance of it. And if you can't get one of these that we've all got on, God bless America, go to Walmart and buy your red shirt. Go to Target and buy your red shirt. You know, thank you, Sid. We are greatly appreciated, fella.
Thank you, Sam. That was great. And we do appreciate you. Thank you, Gail, for being here tonight. I'm going to turn this over to Van for karaoke. Let's give these folks a big hand.